What happened in the $1 million plus market in the fourth quarter of 2020? I'll break it all down next. So what happened in the market north of $1 million in the greater Philadelphia area through the fourth quarter in 2020? So I broke down all the fourth quarter stats, and then I'm going to tell you what happened year over year because we've seen some major changes here. So to give you an idea, let me give you the 2020 fourth quarter stats. So everything that happened from October to the end of December. The median price point, and this is $1 million up, is $1.35 million. This time in 2019, that same fourth quarter data set, the median sale price was $1.3 million. So we're seeing a 3.8% increase in the $1 million plus market, in the luxury market, in the premium market. 307 homes closed in the fourth quarter, $1 million or more. That is up 83.3%. Bananas increase from 167 home sales the same time in 2019. And average days on market also dropped 26.5% for these particular homes. In 2020, it was 122 days, and in 2019, the same data set was 166 days. So a major decrease. And 148 homes, $1 million or more, went under contract in the fourth quarter. So that's a lot of movement in a market that typically takes longer to sell. There's just less buyers in that $1 million plus price range because of where the median income levels are and where we live in the greater Philadelphia area. So to give you some perspective, the 122 days on the market for the fourth quarter, that compares to the rest of the market with a range of 33 to 43 days. And that's from when you hit the market until a contract is signed. So we're seeing that almost quadruple in some cases just because there's less buyers in these price points. That's the way it is in the higher end $1 million plus price range. What we also know is there's 518 homes, $1 million or more on the market right now. So if you take the fourth quarter absorption rate, meaning how long it would take to sell all these homes if nothing new comes on the market, that's a 151-day supply. So it's about a 5-month supply, which is normal for this price point. It takes longer for these homes to sell, and that supply is right around where the average days on market is. It's a little higher than that, so we're seeing that there's more inventory here than there is relative to the lower price points, which again is normal because there's just not as many buyers for these properties. So what this tells me for the people that are out there thinking about buying into this sort of type of home where it's $1 million or more is that there's going to be more opportunities for you. It may take longer for these homes to sell, and you might need to be a little more patient in your negotiations because it does take time to put these sales together. There are bigger price points, there's more money involved. That's all normal no matter what business you're in, whether it's real estate or not. If you're looking to sell $1 million plus home, here's what I know. It's going to take you longer. The home's not going to sell in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks like the rest of the market, and you have to kind of acknowledge that and stay the course. What I also know is because there's fewer buyers in this price point, when you get a buyer that's interested, when you get a buyer that comes in and makes an offer, typically the first offer is usually the best offer. Sometimes it's going to be the only one. So you might want to factor that into whatever decision you make in the negotiations, realizing there's not as many buyers for these higher priced homes. Those are just the facts and the economics in our marketplace. The last thing I'll leave you with is that the buyers that do come up to this price point, the negotiation may feel like a lot. If you look at what homes are selling for in the $1 million plus price range in the fourth quarter, they ranged anywhere from 96.6 to 97.4% of the asking price at the time it sold. So we're seeing similar list to sales price ratios in this market. Obviously, it feels like a lot more because the numbers are bigger. This is in line with what we see in the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000 price range. Anything below $1 million, where that range usually is between 96 and 98% right now through the fourth quarter. And if you want to check out our overall market update on our channel here, that's going to break down all those stats on a much broader level. So what we know is this market has seen a lot of improvement. Prices are up, time on market is down, people are getting closer to their asking price, and we're seeing more homes sell, a lot more homes sell in this price point, likely because there's a lot of people moving up right now. We see all these home buyers that are moving up because of the millennial buyer influx into the marketplace. 74% of millennial home buyers want to buy a home this year. That's 54 million people. Millennials aren't necessarily buying these homes. What they're doing is they're creating an upstream effect in the market because they're buying the lower priced properties. There's more equity in those homes. Rates are low, so the payment's more affordable. So if you're thinking about selling a higher priced home like this, there might be some opportunity in the marketplace. Get a consultation, get specifics on your home. If you're looking to buy, do the same thing. And remember, the thing that's going to matter the most here is what rate you lock in and where your payment locks in. A lot of times with jumbo loans, which is what you're talking about financing here, rates are coming in right around 3 1/8, 3.25% on a 30-year fixed. You got to go to the right bank with these. Sometimes the bigger banks can be more competitive. Their approval process may be tougher. So make sure you vet out your lender pretty carefully. And most of these lenders will allow you to remargin the loan so you can put a hefty amount down if you're selling a home and buying a home. And after you sell your current property, if you want to pay down that principal, they will allow you to recast and remargin the loan and recalculate your payment depending on how much additional funds you put towards the principal. These are lender questions, and you want to get clear on your lending when you're talking about borrowing this kind of money. So we broke down a lot there. That's what happened in the fourth quarter in the $1 million price range. You need anything, you have questions, obviously talk to a professional, talk to a lender, make sure you get all the right facts because there's a lot of money at stake. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.